A pleasant Tuesday morning to you. Welcome once again to Untengle on the Bridge 99 FM. Morning, everyone. Good morning, Richie B. I know you had yourself a wonderful weekend. I see it all over social media. And I want to say a very special morning to all those who had fun with Richie B over the weekend. And congrats on your citation. I'm getting all the information one go. So congrats, and it's coming from all of us. 6 minutes after 10 o'clock. Thank you very much for joining us on Z-Bridge 99 FM. Good morning, Jermaine.
Hi, good morning. How are you doing?
I am very well.
Yes.
How are you?
I'm delighted. First time speaking to Miss Elise Kelly. I remember you back in the days of radio life. So it's a privilege, I would say. And I'm delighted to have this interview with you.
I'm delighted also.
Yes, and delighted to share, grocery list to the audiences, the diaspora in Jamaica. So thank you for this opportunity.
Most welcome. All right. So first of all, before we started shopping with our grocery list, right? Tell us a little bit about Jermaine. I know you're Jamaican, but tell us a little bit more where in Jamaica you're from, and we just want to fast with you a little bit before we start shop.
Okay, so thanks for this. So beautifully, I'm from Clarendon. That's where I'm originally. I was born in Kingston. Then I left to Clarendon, and I have been living there since I was 4. So most of my life has been in Clarendon. I went to Kilsit Primary. Then after that, I went to Edenallen High, and then from Edenallen High, then I went to Archus NTA, and then from that, I have been on the scene, as a computer tech, but also I was an event promoter at that time.
Okay.
So during the mixture of being in the educational industry, because I was at a high school as being a tech, and being in entertainment, you see how both came together. But I migrated to the US, and from that moment, I've decided to to start my own company, where I'm a web developer and a marketer. And then from that, by God's grace, we birthed grocery list through my business partner.
Okay. All right, fine. So that's where we reach now. So give us a backstory behind the company being created. What were your challenges, and where were you when you're having these challenges?
So the thing is, so before the company was established, the blueprint was done by my business partner, Rory Richards. He saw that there was an issue because his mom is living in Jamaica. She had ailment as asthma, and she, even though he could provide for her to get the money, she still had issues because she had to go and collect the money, stay in the line, and then she had to go to the supermarket. So being sick, that was a bit more depressing for him. So that's where the concept of grocery list came about. We were like, hey, what if instead of us sending this money to her, we buy the groceries and then somebody will do all of that transaction and bring it to her? Yeah, go ahead.
Can I just say what a fantastic idea this is? Because there are so many people who living outside of Jamaica, living far from their relatives, far from their elderly relatives, and this is a real challenge. So let me just say congrats to everybody involved, because it really makes it a lot easier on many of the people within the diaspora, but we don't reach there yet.
Yes, that's definitely true. So the thing is, the challenges that would face I don't think it's a challenge, because out of challenge birth a lot of opportunity. I think it was time. Time can be very harsh on yourself because you're like, I need to get this out. But with the proper team management and execution and prayer, of course, we saw that we had to pace ourselves, take it step at a time, and to achieve what was necessary to be achieved. And are we there yet? I would say that it's not an idea yet, but I'm happy to say that we have seen the outcome of grocery list, and we're just excited.
Right.
For what? The continuation.
Yes. You know, when I got the information about yourself and your business partner, I just immediately became excited too. And because I know that it is a service that so many people need. Tell me a little bit about your business partner though.
Yes. So Rory Richards, he's the innovator. He's that person. He's a mathematician. So he does maths. He was a teacher himself. He was a event promoter. So both of us works together. But he is someone that I can adamantly say is such a visionary. He will bring these thoughts, put it on paper, and he would say, Jermaine, here it is. And I have confidence in him so much. I remember years before we even came to this dialogue, I said, Rory, you know what I know about you? I believe God has blessed you to just execute plans and to make it available so persons can just take it up and just say, hey, you know what, let's do this. So I commend him a lot. He's very patient. He's a great teacher for myself. He's like my best friend. And, if he knows how much I really appreciate him as the CEO of the company as well, he has pushed us to the limit, and it's very worthwhile. So, Rory, anywhere you are listening, we love you, man.
You know something, Jermaine, as I hear you talk, and I hear you talk about blessings and the kind of blessings that people get, sometimes the Most High blesses a individual to come up with concepts. And then another individual he blesses with following through with these concepts.
Yes.
And another individual with something else. And there you have
true.
in front of you an amazing opportunity.
Because the head cannot do without the neck cannot do without the shoulder, the hands can't do without the fingers. So it's a body motion there, yes.
Right. So before we get into the details of how you're going to shop, is it the same as shopping on Amazon, or is it the same as the app in the United States, where the food delivery app in the United States?
Okay, so the thing is, in terms of credibility and in terms of security, we would say it's the same as Amazon. In terms of the food delivery app, no, it's the same. It's the same here, because there's a platform here, we'll call it name, that they pretty much do the same thing in terms of allow you to shop and get the items delivered. What we did was to pretty much bridge the country. So instead of you shopping here and send those barrels to Jamaica, we're saying, hey, we give you the opportunity to shop, and then after you shop, we do the next operation. We do all the operations in Jamaica. So so we had to take all of that into mind, that we're going to Jamaica. There's going to be issues that we're going to be facing. Well, those were laughing moments, and those are things that we can look at and say, man, mommy, we did it.
Yes, because it originally started from mommy. Yes. All right.
Mommy, we did it. Yes.
Mommy must be saying, boy, those boys are so bright.
So she's excited. Sometimes
I can imagine.
She's like, tell us the review, what that person say again. Because person's leaving reviews, and she's like, I'm a superstar now. I say, yes, you are.
And can you imagine? No, she can say, Jermaine, I want that. And that.
Yes.
And Jermaine will find it for mom, right?
Yes.
I'm just loving it. All right. So before we go into the details again, where do you have to be within the diaspora for you to participate?
Anyway, all right. So we specifically are targeting US, Canada, and the UK. But that's a diaspora. But the thing is, the way Grocerlist is designed and offer this service, we are accessible worldwide. Anywhere in the world you are.
Okay.
Once you're a Jamaican, you can access Grocerlist. But we target the diaspora though. And any place where there's a Jamaican, that's a diaspora.
That's right.
So if you're in China, that's a diaspora. If you're in Dubai, that's a diaspora.
But you don't have to be Jamaican to access the app.
No, you don't have to be Jamaican to access the app. You can be, because you remember we have seen persons coming down doing Airbnb and hotels, and they would book prior to visiting these locations.
Okay.
Because the problem person saying is that, hey, for me to go down and then spend 2 days in the supermarket, my vacation is spoiled. So instead of us doing that, let's you guys do the shopping and everything. So it's a tourist, it's a digital tourist, not just to provide food for Jamaicans, but it's also provide as a scope for tourists to use the platform that they can use as a credible source.
Let me ask you this, Jermaine.
Sure.
Let us say someone lives in Jamaica, but lives probably Black River, and they have a relative who is all the way in Kingston. That's quite a drive, right?
Yes.
Can they use the app to shop here in Jamaica?
Yes. Yeah, we have had persons use the app to shop in Jamaica as well.
Jamaicans living in Jamaica using the app.
Using it.
Yes.
Because
Okay.
there's a lot of persons who here who are Jamaicans, but they work in the US, and they also, so I've seen persons, even Trelawney, those places, persons that lives in Jamaica using the app
Okay.
right now.
All
Jamaican
right.
addresses.
I want to ask a question, but before we get there, I know our listeners saying how you use the app, how you use the app. So let's get right there
Yes,
before them start stoning me. All right. So
yes.
so how do shoppers in Jamaica or outside of Jamaica, how do they use the app?
Okay, that's a good thing. So our app is very simple. So you'll go on www.grocerylistjamaica.com, or you can download our app from the App Store. It's called Grocerylist Jamaica. Once you go on the platform, you're greeted with a shop now button. Once you click on that shop now button, you're given access to thousands of grocery items, lists from Jamaican stores. You go on the platform, select all the groceries that you have, that's on the platform that your relative need. Then you'll check out. Once you check out, that is where you'll put in your information, you'll select your parish. One of the beautiful things is when you select your parish, that is how it generates the supermarket in your area. You'll select a supermarket. Once you select that supermarket and you check out, a notification now is then sent to our shoppers in Jamaica listed in those areas, and they'll see that order on their phone, accept the order, go to the supermarket of your choice, pick those items up with love, cash it out, and then bring it straight to you or your loved ones in Jamaica
All right. I
in
know
an
this
hour
is
or two.
I know it's not necessary, but just curious. Are the supermarkets on board?
So here's this: we have partners on board, and as we grow along, we continue to build more partners. One of the most beautiful thing is that when the partners hear about the fact that we offer such a vast, such a great platform, but also it's not pressuring for them. It's also giving jobs, and it's increasing revenue for them. By no doubt, of course, everyone has to check their credibility. When they saw the value of the company, they were like, yes. So we have partners on board right across the island, and we continue to grow that partnership level as well.
Okay, but how the money part go now? So you have the shoppers. Where do they get the money from to actually shop for the things that the
Ah,
people want?
so that's the sauce. Every shopper in Jamaica. So what Grocerylist is really a gig economy platform. We're bringing the gig economy to Jamaica, just like what's here. So every shopper that shop with us is given a unique wallet, and that wallet is what gives them the ability to do the shopping in store. So the fluidness about our platform is that we are giving the people the power rather than us telling them what to do in that sense. So people have, so if you, Mama Ellis, decide that you want to download the grocery list and become a shopper, you can just literally get the app inside your phone, you get your wallet, and the minute you see that order, you can just walk in the supermarket like a normal customer and just walk back out.
Then suppose more than one shopper get the notice.
Well, here's the reality. I love that. I like that. You know why? So we have a full service shopper. A full service shopper is one that shops and delivers, right? So for example, if an order comes in for delivery, this is what happened. An in-store shopper only job is to shop because he or she doesn't have a card. One order, Mama hear this, can now be split into two jobs. So when it comes to a full delivery, the full service shopper can be a delivery guy. So when that person go in the store and shop, she select request delivery, and then the delivery guy comes and pick the items up. So from
Wow.
every order that you create every order that is purchased, two jobs are created immediately in Jamaica
At
from
least two
grocery.
jobs. At least
Two
two
jobs
jobs.
every time, every time.
But you know something, why I'm saying at least two jobs, Jermaine, because that shopper can also employ somebody else to make it easier upon themselves too. No sir.
Yes. So the thing is, what we do is because our shoppers are given role, we know that not everybody in Jamaica has a car. So we have in-store shoppers,
Okay.
but we know that persons have a car. So what we do is, even if someone is going to refer someone, we say, guys, we know it could be a friend, but we still have to make sure we vet these persons
Yes, yes,
first so
yes,
we can
yes.
protect you, the shopper, our customer, and our credibility as a company.
Absolutely.
So there's no restriction on you as a person. But once you go through the vetted process, everything shall be fine from our end.
I'm loving this. Okay, so apart from the shoppers that you employ, and we understand that you employ now about 400 shoppers.
So we have in our database is about going up to about 700 right now. About 700. Keep going.
Okay, so what other services do you employ to actually help with this grocery shopping?
I mean, so here's the thing: is a part of our platform as well. You're gonna need persons to do customer service, quality control team, sales managers, leaders across regions. So it's not just the shoppers that we have, but we also have persons who are in different roles. And these persons that are in different roles are indeed Jamaicans, are persons that I personally train and see their potential, train them, and say, okay, these are the roles that we're going to give you guys, and we're going to work with you, not because you cannot work, but we're going to work with you so we show you what a corporate company entails. And
Yes.
I'm happy to say this. If I should give you a resume to say these are for my shoppers, a resume will not be qualified for them. But I tell them, I don't care about your resume. All I care about is that you can listen. And when we train you with the culture of grocery list and you can execute, that is all matters.
Right.
And we're very open for that.
Okay.
So that has given the opportunity now to have Jamaicans on our back end working with us.
All right, Jermaine, another question. You
Sure.
mentioned that tourists coming to Jamaica use the app also to make life easier on themselves. I am
Yes.
sure that the elderly are excited about this. Who else uses the app?
We have persons, so we have persons also in the barrel industry. We have persons who would be trying to ship bulk items to Jamaica. They were like, wait, I can use grocery list because instead of me sending ketchup on all these big bag of flours, all of these items are in Jamaica. So we have seen now where a part of our ecosystem is not just targeting to the diaspora, but it also have legs for tourists, it also have legs for barrel shippers, and it also have persons who have their loved ones in Jamaica. And just to add on that, we have seen now where most persons who have their mom in Jamaica are excited because they're like, hey, finally now my mom can get our Glucina or Pampers and all these kind of stuff, or we're not worrying if it's gonna last.
Right.
So we have a company that we're working with that gives us the ability to bring the food directly to mama.
And
Don't have to
daddy,
worry about
oh yeah, leave out
And
that.
daddy.
Oh my
Mama and
goodness.
daddy, yeah.
Please, don't forget daddy.
Yeah, mama and papa.
Oh,
Yes,
Papa.
definitely.
All right. So we're running out of time, but I am so excited. But listen to this now. So, Jamaican people kind of foreign mind. What
Yes.
about expanding the business to a point where some of what you have over there that we don't have over here can be
Yes.
accessible?
So here's our vision. That's a good thought. But one of our vision is that for all these years we have seen products here are good for Jamaican, but I believe that our aim is to make sure we utilize a lot of the Jamaican products that we have.
Yes.
And let me tell you this, majority of the products that are shipped down from foreign here are already in Jamaica. Because we have
Sure.
just partnered with we have just now do business partnership with PriceSmart in St. Catherine and Kingston, and they're on our platform. And the thing about it is that we have seen now where most of the items that they carry are items that persons would want to ship back to Jamaica. So our aim is to utilize the local distributors and the local retailer, and then to use that as a tool to bring revenue and to create job employment, to attack, to bring a level of food security, to actually alienate food security, look at the food security aspect of Jamaica and use food as a mode to literally vector in these areas. And that's our aim right there.
All right. You know that even just a conversation like this that's going public, giving people ideas. Are you ready for the competition?
Here's this, and here's the reality. I remember a year ago, I was at my door sweeping and I said, God, listen, give us a project that will glorify you. And God give me this project that will glorify him. So in the reality is, there's no competition in this for us, because at the end of the day, there's 10 million people in the world and everybody has the mindset of competition is not to compete, but to look at Jamaica as an approach to build. And if we had the level of competition as how we wanted or think, that's a selfish approach for us. So competition can come, but make sure that your competition brings value to the Jamaican people and not just to yourself.
Wow.
And that is why we as a company stand. It says groceries built by Jamaicans for Jamaicans. And that's why we're in King. That's why we're not just in Portmore, we're in St. Catherine, we're in Trelawney, we're in St. Elizabeth, we're in St. Thomas Bush. We're all over the place with groceries because we believe in the power of the people and we're giving people the power. So guess what? When it's time for school, mommy can earn our salary from groceries, papa can earn the same, and that's what we're building for Jamaica. So my call here is this: for persons who are in the distribution leg in Jamaica, listen, this groceries is not here to compete. We're challenging you to reach out to groceries, info at grocerieslistjamaica.com, and to say, okay, Jermaine, how can we work together to better the people? I'm from the diaspora, and I'm like a bird eye view. I'm on social media, and I see everything that's happening back home. And that's why we put our heart and trust into this.
Jermaine.
Jamaica, and that's it.
Jermaine, this conversation is more inspiring than you could ever think. And the service that I am positive this is offering, especially when it comes to people who are disabled or elderly, that in itself will give the glory to the Most High.
Amen for that, Sister Mama Kelly. And the thing about it is that we are seeing it.
Yes.
We're seeing people, we're employing the people, we're training the people, and people are excited. The reviews, we have persons crying. 15 years I've been waiting for this program because my mom is in Jamaica, needs something like this.
Yes.
We have the reviews to show. But guess what? By God's grace, we have to make it.
I'm just loving this. So it's as though you're our neighbor from afar, you know?
Exactly. I have my sisters. You know what beautiful about it? I had an order the other day in Clarendon, Spaldings. And guess who went and did the order?
Who?
My sister. And, you know, my sister went and did this order. And she was on the phone laughing with me and said, hey, we're shocked for you now. And I said, yes. I called my mom and said, hey, guess who was shocked? Mom was excited. She said, tell me about it.
Nice.
You know?
Beautiful.
So the thing is, it has no agenda.
Yes.
It has no agenda.
Yes.
No agenda to this.
Look here. You know from when them give me the wind up signal. You know from when. Jermaine, thank you so very much for sharing this with us and for the inspiration that them kind of inspiration sometimes you have to pray for them. And
you have to
pray for them, man. God, them will come. I agree with you. Wonderful talking to you. Let us know if you expand the business and how many more people you can actually accommodate, who else will be benefiting from it.
So the last part of it is this: groceries has no limit.
Yes.
We have 150 stores on the platform. There's no limit to this.
Yes.
One thing I can say is that you have an app. You can download the app from the App Store, Groceries Jamaica, right? We have our website. You can follow us on IG as well, Groceries Jamaica. Groceries is flexible. We build groceries for the Jamaican people.
Bless you.
Not for Kingston.
Bless you. Not for Kingston. Bless you. Nice talking to you. Have yourself a wonderful day and just continue, my brother.
All right, thank you.
Most welcome.
And thanks to Vaughn for lining up this interview as well.
Bless him. Bless his soul.
All right, let's up loud.
All right, cool. Thank you very much, Vaughnie. Vaughnie. Anyway, that was Jermain Morgan, and what an inspiration this interview has been. Okay, so we're joining Beau-Regard right now. 8.5 minutes after 12 o'clock. Good afternoon, New York.
Good afternoon, Jamaica. Mama Kelly, how you doing?
I am very well, thank you. Every time I say that, I remember Josie Wales, who says the place so big they name it twice, New York.
Yes, man. How you doing on this Tuesday afternoon?
Woo. Well, after that shower of rain all weekend, I think all of us are very well rested.
Where else
Definitely.
You know, I saw a lot of videos coming out of Jamaica, a lot of devastation, you know, some roads, mudslides and things of that nature. But I also saw a lot of people, you know, having fun with the water and the rain and all of those things, people out and just running through the rain. I guess they weren't that much affected. Well, we know that other people on the island were affected.
Right. I think the eastern parishes were mostly affected. That's the Portland and the St. Thomas and some parts of St. Mary. Those were affected more than other parishes. Like in my neck of the woods, we had rain, but not heavy rain, but it was consistent rain and a lot of breeze.
Yes.
So I think most people had that. Not heavy rains, but consistent, and breeze actually blow down one of my tree them. When did it Jamaica Beau-Regard? You remember Pustail? One tree.
You have to remind me, Mama Kelly.
It did have one little something. I think it's more girls that I remember. It has a little tail, a little long tail, and we usually put it on here and.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You remember there's something there?
Yes, Mama Kelly. I remember exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, that's what came down.
Yeah, but I realized that the root wasn't firm enough. But it's easy for catch. Easy for catch in my neck.
Right.
But it dropped and poof. I'm like, really? But we fixed that.
You know, we're happy and that we can be here, you know, laughing and having fun, because the fact that the Hurricane Ian didn't really slam into Jamaica as expected. We are glad that it diverted a little bit. And you know, they said it slammed into Cuba real hard this morning.
Wow.
You know, we are not getting any information as to the damages yet, but they say it should not stay over Cuba for long. It's moving on to the Florida area, and it should intensify by the time it gets to Florida. Tampa is one of the areas that they're saying it's going to hit, and some other wider sections of Florida are now bracing for that impact from Hurricane.
South Florida had rains about the same time that we were having rains, probably not as much, but they were having, the effects were showing. And the schools in Jamaica, most of the schools in Jamaica are back to remote learning. Just for today, well, from yesterday, because of the fact that, you know, the road's not so good and that kind of thing. So for today,
and even in Florida, they are saying that classes were canceled for the day, and even they announced that people should evacuate certain parts of Canada, of Florida, and they are saying that about 300,000 people were given the warning to evacuate.
Really? Whoa,
yes.
Yo.
So we'll have to see how hard it hits when it does.
You know, I don't want to say knock on wood, but we really are at it past blessing, you know. This coming like curry fever. We really are very, very blessed that way. Because most I know we can't deal with that, you know.
Trust me.
We can't deal with that.
Trust me. We have so much things we want to build up about Jamaica. We can't take no more destruction.
But you know, when all is said and done, I know your listeners want to remember who we are. So, you know, saying in the middle of the crisis, you know, say things are going. So I have a video when we say it for you and your listeners. So this happened over the weekend, and you know, just to show say no matter what go on, we are Jamaican same way. So Jay, go and run the video.
Okay. I had a wonderful weekend on this side. Go ahead, the video's up.
It's raining downtown.
$50 go cross the waters. $50 go cross the waters.
Don't worry. $50 cross the water.
Not toll.
Him alone can cross it.
Cross the water, you know, go pay no toll. $50 cross the water. 50 cross the water, you're not being a toll.
Oh man. Watch them to the.
Oh, you mean? Oh, them take it serious. Oh, you mean, Mama? Pay $50 and go cross the water. Oh, you mean?
50 cross the water.
Watch them other two then now. Them say even again a $50.
So, just memories of home.
Right. You know, we have to make our way out of everything, Mama.
Exactly.
And that's the best thing about our people. We're so innovative and creative.
Yes,
You know,
and humorous.
Yeah, man, we make the best out of the worst.
But it's just like, you see when you say, but watch them to know, that's the first thing that came to me. Now, but them lady, I take it serious because them have them thing and them sit down on the cat. And
Mama Kelly, look how far him pull them a little while.
Not far, but the thing is that which part him pull them a pure water, so them give thanks to the little pull cross with them little grocery, $50 no much and not toll.
Oh man. By the time I'm done saying half a pay, I told them reach to the next.
True. True. But you see, it would have still be a member saying, shoes bottom, they wait for come off, So give thanks to the little $50, right?
Yeah, man. It's awesome. Every make a muckle.
See him so.
Over the weekend, it was a wonderful weekend here in the US, in New York in particular. One of the events that took place was Richie B's birthday party,
right?
Which was a big success. Gotta say congratulations to Richie B and a happy birthday once again. And to everybody that came out, it was a great time. Richie B took the time out to award 4 selectors that played at the event, which was DJ Roy, Dubmaster Chris, Richie Poo, and Glamour Wayne. He presented them with an EME Peer Awards, which is excellence in music and entertainment. So that was a very, very
and he got a citation.
He also got a citation from an assemblyman in Brooklyn, Mr. Brian Cunningham of the 43rd District. So
did you get one?
No, I was actually called to make the announcements. Richie B asked me to do that favor, so I was actually announcing the honorees, and as Richie presented them.
There are very few things that happen that I don't hear, and as soon as I come inside this morning, Richie B said, "Guess what? Me a par whole weekend, a Beau-Regard." So, and I see the citation, I see everything, which is showing me everything. Congrats again,
It was a great man.
Nice,
great.
Beautiful.
If you're into sports, Mama Kelly, I don't know how much you're into sports. I know you do support your sports team from Jamaica, so I'm letting you know that the Reggae Boys, they're going to be here tonight in New Jersey. They play against Argentina, which is, one of those big World Cup teams, just as the Reggae Boys are, but we know that the Reggae Boys aren't going to the World Cup, so.
You know that Reggae Boys are going to the World Cup? Aren't. Okay. Yeah. Argentina is a big team, and touted to be doing very well for this World Cup. Them one of the favorites.
Right. So that's going to be in the Red Bull Stadium in New Jersey tonight. That's going to be a big thing.
Okay.
Another also in sports, Mama Kelly. This is one of the big stories here in the United States in sports. I call it the Boston scandal. And this one involves the head coach of the Boston Celtics basketball team, Ume Udoka, who is a Nigerian. He's from Nigeria. He's the head coach. He took the team to the finals this year. And now we're hearing that he's being suspended for 1 year. His job is not certain after the 1 year, and the reason why he's being suspended is because of what they call improper and consensual relationship with a member of the team staff. Now, here's what's going on in the whole case, Mama Kelly. The woman has not been named, even though she played a role in this whole situation. They have just came out and, decided to put the coach alone on suspension. The woman hasn't yet been identified, as I said, but the thing with this case is the Boston Celtics, the way in which they presented the case, it now left all the women in the organization open to speculation, which has been going on since they brought the case. Now everybody is wondering who this woman is. Social media, they have gone crazy, just taking women out of the organization, their personal photos, and placing them on the internet, on Twitter and Instagram, all over the place, wondering if it's this woman. So, that's having a backlash on people's personal lives. Because if a woman have her husband and her family, and the organization, which is the Boston Celtics, did not come out and name who the other woman is, because of course the man wasn't in a relationship with himself. So it's the two of them break the company policy or whatever the case
so there's
may
a
be.
company policy that you can't be with
you're with your subordinates or with any, because of sexual harassment and all those things.
Yes.
So first they came out and said it was consensual. Now they're trying to redact that word out of the whole statement, because people are saying, then if it's consensual, what is the problem? This has been going on for years. A lot of people in the NBA, they're saying that these relationships go on from time to time and it's never been a problem. But we're hearing that the lady is possibly the wife of one of the upper people in the organization. So and the coach is married to the actress Nia Long, the black actress Nia Long. That's his. Well, he's not married. They share a 2-year-old son together.
But
it's just crazy right now.
Does consensual come in? Because let us say there's a rule here that says that you can't be with another staff member. Consensual doesn't come in.
No, well, the consensual comes in the fact that it wasn't any advances made, unwarranted advances made to either party, which means they both agreed to what they were doing. Yeah.
Oh. Wow, that's
So now,
unfortunate.
over the weekend, TMZ even reported that the lady might be, well, they reported that she is one of the travel logistics coordinator for the team, who has also worked very closely with the woman that is with Neil Long when they're preparing flights and things of that
Lord
nature.
have
So,
mercy. So
you
all
know,
them find out them
it's a
something.
whole big mix-up going right now.
You know, can I be very honest with you, Beau-Regard? At the risk of sounding, treating it lightly. I'm not treating it lightly. But it happens every day. Unfortunately, it doesn't. I like say, boy, a man there with a woman.
What they're saying, what a lot of sports analysts are saying, a lot of top sports analysts are saying is that, once again, another black man, because of his, him being a black man, they're outing him like this. And they're saying that these things go on all the time, and they never came out and did that to anybody before. So,
I don't know a lot about sports, but it just seems obvious to me that this is something that,
he did break the policy, which he put himself in the situation, Mama Kelly.
True.
Because if you know what you're supposed to be doing or not supposed to be doing, then you should abide by, whatever they say the company policies are.
Absolutely.
So, I'm still saying that, just for the sake of all the other women in the organization, they should in fact, have said who the other party is that's involved, because a lot of people's lives, personal lives, are being destroyed because of this. People are posting women's pictures on social media and saying, "Are you sleeping with the coach?"
Oh, goodness.
Things of that nature. And those women might have their husbands and families.
But
too,
even the person who's sleeping with the coach, it sounds like she could have fear too.
Exactly.
Which
So
is unfortunate.
they're saying it's worse than what we're thinking. So
Worse
I'm gonna say they're saying that it might be because of some pregnancy involved. So they're saying it's a lot worse than how it sounds. It's not just the relationship, it's worse. So we're thinking that, maybe the lady get pregnant. That's just speculation.
Yeah, very unfortunate. But these things happen when people have sex. I mean, no disrespect, but these things happen every day to people from all different walks of life, and me no know why it's such a big story in a sports. But we get it.
I say they should fire him. I don't see the reason for suspending him for a year, and then after a year they're still not gonna rehire him as the coach.
Fire him for breaking the rule.
Yeah, just get rid of him. But in another sense, there's some way in which he won't be hired again if he quits or anything like that during the suspension. I'm not sure how to explain it out to you, Mama Kelly, but something along that line, like the suspension, he has to go through the suspension.
We need to take a break.
Yes. We'll be right back.
Okay.
Mr. Yami Bolo. Yami, I was playing a song just now, When a Man's in Love. That song you did at what age?
About 17.
At 17 years old. And how were you able to record that track?
Winston Riley. Tennessee was recording the day. And him tell Winston Riley, Yami Bolo is a good singer, You should record him. And so Winston Riley say, all right, we're going to record 3 songs. Bad Boy Posse, Jamaica Them All, and When a Man's in Love, which is the Gonna Take It Easy.
There's a version. There's a newer version of that same When a Man's in Love with Sly and Robbie.
Yes.
Why the one they bad.
That is under the Island record deal. But it fell through, because,
Yeah?
I don't know. But it fell through.
Wow, that one, it production on that one, very, very good though.
Top production, enough respect to Sly and Robbie every time. It was a blessing working with them, Great musicians, family.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Where was Yami Bolo born and raised?
Yami Bolo was born out of mother in Kingston Jubilee, but in Kingston 13 is where I grew up. Spanish Town Road, to be exact. 2 miles, they call it 2 miles.
See, and during that era, what was life like for you growing up as a young boy in that area?
Life was nice. You had politics, you have pickpocket, chain grabbing, all of that stuff. But we had a grandmama called Miss Sarah Archer, who used to keep us under our wings, like a hen, protect our chickens. And so she would send us to church and school and, keep us in line, you know.
You know, every time I hear a Yami Bolo or Junior Reed, any one of them, I always say them come from the Stand Illinois crew. Stand on Illinois, stand on. So, what tell us about that Stand Illinois thing? Where you get it from? We're going to talk about Youth Man promotion, but just a little bit about this Stand on Illinois, or that's something like that.
I like this where it come from.
Okay.
As a child, I used to admire Junior Reed, and then I started admire Michael Rose too because of the same sound and the conscious message that they were pushing. It inspired me too. And then while doing that, then the Stand on Illinois come true, and then everyone say, "You sound like Junior Reed, man. You sound like Michael Rose." So that's when I said, "Father, give me a sound." And Father say,
Right.
You know?
Right.
Because my trademark. You know?
Yes.
But yeah, that is where I got the Stand on Illinois from, Junior Reed and Michael Rose, and also Dan Carlos.
Right.
Because my song, what I know some people call it the Waterhouse song. You know?
That's right. Tell us a little bit about your experience with Youth Man promotion, because for those who don't know, that was a promotion from Sugar Minot, and he really influenced and promoted ghetto youth. Tell us about your experience.
Well, my experience is that Sugar Minot have a friend called Navi, right? We used to manage Sugar Minot business. And he came down into the ghetto at Kingston 13 one day, and he saw me teaching school and the zinc fence. And he said, "Boy, you can't sing." And I said, "Yeah, man, I can't sing, but I don't know if you get into the business, you know." So he said, "Come check me tomorrow up at Sugar Minot." And reach up at Sugar Minot. So when I reach up at Sugar Minot now, I saw the drum and the piano and the instrument them, and I said, "I'm my yard this, me now go back home." So me just live in up at Sugar now, and I met Sugar Minot, and I met the whole family, his mother, the children, the whole vibration, and it become my home. I start to live there, sleeping on the sound box and sleeping in a sugar room, and I just want to get the music. I just crazy about getting the knowledge of the music, you know. And I lived there for a long while, learning and teaching myself and learning from the other superstars that came by, because every artist came there, from Pinchas, Sanchez, Junior Reed, Half Pint, Michael Palmer, name them, Nitty Gritty and the Great Tennessee, everyone was there, and other young artists was coming through. So it was a very great experience to me. It is like a university. Youth Man promotion is a university for music, and Sugar was a great teacher, and he would show the skills that he have, and bring the youths them together and show them how the music's supposed to sound and how it's supposed to be, you know.
What were your peers saying at the time when they were hearing you at that age singing and hearing your voice?
Well, the first time I sleep out, me have to sleep on the cellar when I come back, because grandma said, "Oh, you turn money now." And then she'd give me a nice cut ass the first night, and then we get a good cut ass, and then we do it again the next day.
You never cut your heart enough.
And I never sleep under the cellar with the dog and things, but when we come out back and thing, and we realize that the music had called me, then we couldn't stop again.
Right.
But then grandma gets sick, she gets stroke, and then we just go fully in her music, because we never really want to go the other way, because you have Ghana, you have the rude boy thing, and we have a lot of it down there. And I said, boy, I have to choose a part, because watch there, my little friend, them are dead. Because them take up the firearm and I drop out. So I say, I have to go take up the music more serious. So that is one of the main things to it. You see me?
Go ahead, Mama.
Okay, yeah, I'm listening to you, and you know what I would like you to describe, because I've heard others that come out of that same space where you come out of, and that same era where you come out of, said the very same thing what you just said. There were two powerful forces at the time, the gun and music, and the person who was telling me that chose the music and not the gun. How powerful is that force of gun from your days till now?
because we used to make the board gun, and we used to make the best board gun. And we used to, one of the youth were dead, he used to make the most neatest board gun till him get the real gun. You understand? So it's from the board gun playing cowboy and Indian to the real gun. And then, you know, to it reached the pandemic now like a cockroach. Everybody have gone now.
That's right. That's right.
It's crazy. You know, we hear you saying how much you stayed away from the gun and music was your calling. Who was the persons that influenced you as a youth and guided you through when it came to, you know,
in terms of developing
your craft and things of that nature?
Oh, enough people, man. Augustus Pablo, Junior Delgado, Dennis Brown, Gregory Isaac, Joe Higgs, all of the man them would go around and build a vibes. Ken Booth, great Ken Booth, we used to go by him house and everything there. You know, cause Ken used to live in the area, Walton Park that time there. You know, we used to see junior boys. But everyone become my teacher now, you know. I look up to the elders them and think that they become my we call that now.
Idols.
My mentors.
All right.
You know, I distinctly remember you, Yami, around Augustus Pablo, and I know you had a successful time around Augustus Pablo. Could you talk a little bit about that?
Well, while I was at Youthman Promotion, Junior Delgado came along and told Sugarman that I am going to take Yami Bolo because you have a lot of star over here and Yami Bolo have something. So Junior took me to live with him, and we went Kesamonte Hotel for about 3 years, and where me and him and White Mice lived there, and Junior Delgado started to teach me guitar. Then Junior Delgado introduced me to Augustus Pablo, and then we all live in a one big house up in a Golden Spring, just rehearsing, making music, making demos, and singing and voicing in the studio. Then we go up on tour in Europe with Augustus Pablo in London, and Pablo gave me my first piano, you know, and he become my mentor too, you know. So he teach me a lot of things in arrangements and how to make music, acoustic, organic reggae music, not like a computer thing, but the real thing.
So, Yami, you know, what are some of the projects that you're working on now? Because, you know, you mentioned people like Junior Delgado. You're vanguards in this, you know. You're wall up reggae, you know. What are you working on now?
Well, I have a new album out, and it's called Your Love Will Rule the World. And it consists of 10 songs. Stop the Shedding of Blood, Campaign Genocide, and Love Will Rule the World are some of the top vibration in this one. And we have a new song called All Guns Down, you know, and hopefully that, you know, the song can create a vibration within the climate of destruction and violence around the world, you know.
Speaking of that song, All Guns Down, I have it lined up right here. I want to play a few seconds out of it, Yami Bolo.
Hunting human like it's hunting season. Too many youth man I lose them crown.
You know, Yami, when we look around us, especially in Jamaica, we see so much of what you're talking about in this song taking place. What are some of the measures that you think that we need to take as Jamaicans to try quell some of what we say happening right now?
Well, it seemed like love was last out of the commandment. So the heart, you know, so we have to get back the love in the heart of the people. You there?
Absolutely. Let me ask you this, Yami. A lot of artists in this generation know they're sampling songs and they're sampling songs like the ones that you have done before. So you are still influencing young artists here in Jamaica. My question to you is, have you seen any of the young artists who are now on stage, who are now in the spotlight, that you would like to show respect to and to tell us if they're going in the right direction and why you think they are?
Well, I never really give advice to someone who never asks for it. And the second thing is, I love all of the artists, them, young and old, You know, and I think everyone is just trying to master their craft and trying to eat their food, to feed their family, and you know, take care of them children, and trying to be their best. So I don't look down, you know, upon artists and stuff like that. However, the level of our reggae Rambo, the Honorable Right Honorable Bob Marley, the Right Honorable Bonner Rayla, Peter Tosh, and all the great Ken Boots, Alton Ellis, all these great artists, we should check their music composition, check their instrumentation, and continue to have reggae in this field, in this sound. With this sound, we must not stray away from or try to recreate something that God has already given to us. However, you know, we can modernize and make things nice, but stand up and defend our reggae music.
Well said. Very, very well said. I'm sure a lot of people are going to be taking you to task on that, but I'm sure you're ready for that because, you know, for whatever reason.
But just to follow up on that, what is the state of reggae music right now? What is the state of the music, in your opinion?
The state of the music? Mm-hmm. The state of the music is good, man. But we need to have more unity within it and more love in it, and have more, all the radio stations, this Jackie, Operation Reggae, so that when you turn on the thing, you hear reggae, because some people in the world are telling me, say, Yami, man, the old artists, them are fighting against new artists. I need you to go on some trap and spread the conscious message on the trap thing, you know, because I don't fight music. Music is music. Internationally, music is music, you know. Mm-hmm. But through reggae, like you have Calypso from Trinidad, and they stick with their soca, reggae man must stick with him. Reggae man must stick with him reggae and make him reggae be more sweeter, you know, put more love in it, put more love in the music. The music is lacking of that love teaching that we had in time. So we all have to come together, the selector, the players, and get forward to the thing. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. If them don't know the history of Studio One music, they have to get the knowledge of that Studio One music embedded in there. How the music they make, the whole vibration, you know, of how it was created. You know? And that is the old music make the world feel happy. And if it is lacking, then any other come and you just be pass.
You know what you're saying is very, very interesting, Yami. Oh, you're breaking up. Hello?
Yes.
Yeah, you know why I find what you say very interesting?
I'm hearing.
Okay. Why I find what you say very interesting is that what you just said a while ago about, you know, people in the industry, especially young people in the industry, studying the past, studying the artists before. This is exactly what young people outside of our culture are doing. And they are understanding the music more because they are studying the music more. And I'm sure you would like to see our own young people here doing the same thing.
Yes, we need a school of music in there in Jamaica, the international school. We need a Yami Bolo school of music. They are, you know, we need a school that will teach this thing to the coming generation, how the music's supposed to be, and the direction, have a direction of the music. Yeah. Not lose that direction. The people know reggae music as a music that brings message and comfort to the people suffering in the wilderness, you know, and it's an institution that children can learn from. So when the lyrical contents come out, it have to be something uplifting, you know, something to educate or re-educate the nation and let the people know that we are a great people, even though we are all down in bondage and trampled and in sufferation and are infested with guns and disease and drugs, whatever. But we are great people. And so the music must reflect that greatness, you know, which it always reflects. You know what I mean? But however, we need more love in it again.
Absolutely.
So, you know, for it to have meaning, you know.
Got you.
How's the new album doing, Yami Bolo?
Well, I just promoted it with whatever tools I have to keep it the message going, because sometimes, it's not about the numbers, it's about how much art can reach, how much people can hear the message on the album, and try to get into the hearts of the people. You know what I mean?
Right. When can Jamaica see you?
They can see me every time through the divine powers of the Most High,
When can we see you in flesh, Yami Bolo?
That's the divine powers of the Most High, I personally just want to see my country come forward with love. It hurt me heart, to see so much blood run. And it's only my people, our people, So it hurt me heart, and I would love to see peace take over Jamaica again. Whatever the situation that needs to be fixed to eradicate that kind of element. If we have to give the youth them more food, more money, whatever, more job, whatever, to make the thing balance. We just want to see peace. It is a tragedy and a catastrophe to see our brothers hurting each other, destroying our own people. And it's just our people alone. So, Operation Love Will Rule the World is what I am trying to bring the message, Okay. Likewise, unity and love.
Beautiful.
That is the whole vibration.
True.
Well said.
So, as soon as the show is ready, I create this is,
It's breaking up.
Oh, we're breaking up, but we also have a time limit because we have a new program coming in on a Tuesday, so we're going to have to get out early. But never underestimate the power of the music and the kind of vibration that we really lift the vibration with the music, and that can help a lot in terms of the love and the way how people respond to each other.
Yes. Because I remember when a certain time of reggae music, when we have the black woman and child culture and the culture music, garnet silk and everyone, the crime rate dropped.
Yeah, absolutely.
Dropped.
Absolutely.
And I realized that the kind of music that was playing was more, love and Africa,
True.
vibration, and that caused the crime rate to drop a lot.
True.
So, on the level there, if we have to go back to the board again.
We have to go now. We have a lot of people in the studio now.
Energy there.
We have to go, unfortunately. We have to go. We have a lot of people in the studio now, and we're wrapping up right now. Beau-Regard, Yami Bolo, wonderful talking to you, Yami Bolo. Long time no hear from, but this was wonderful.
Thank you very much. It was nice to talking to you and the family, the whole world. Irie FM, Mama Kelly, big up every time. Bread, Daily Bread, big up yourself, and Killaboo, and all the Kingston 13 crew, Jamaica, Mobie, everyone, downtown, Orange Street, Pablo, the whole family, the whole reggae industry, the whole Jamaica unity. Let us come together and make Jamaica great again and make ourselves always great. And let us cool down the violence and push the music. And let us give the youth more musical instrument.
Well said.
Let us give the children more musical instruments.
Well said. And them going through cold water from me inside. We needs to go. So Yami, once again, bless up yourself and Beau-Regard. We see each other on Thursday again. All right?
Mama Kelly, you take care.
All right. Blessed love. Heart full of love. Take care.